Problems of supervision. Supervision is a quasi-managerial function. Important function of supervisor is moving group towards performance, attaining of predefined tasks and goals. In the process of supervision, the managers or supervisors face certain problems. Inadequate time in supervision. One of the problems of supervision is that much of the supervisor's time is wasted on keeping records, filling in forms, submitting returns, and memoranda for the benefit of top-level management and others. This leaves the supervisors in inadequacy of time to do the real supervisory work. Position of the supervisor in supervision. The supervisor occupies a twilight position between managers and the workers. The managers above him expect the supervisor to act as their spokesman and has to transmit and interpret the information and instructions from the management to laborers and vice versa. This is one of the big problems of supervision. Not enough authority in supervision. A supervisor is expected to convert managerial ideas and goals into concrete operational results. But the problem is that he is not given enough authority to make operational decisions and also not accepted as a part of the management. His position is such that he is often in a dilemma as to whom to please. If he pleases managers, he is subjected to earn the displeasure of the workers and vice versa. Thus, to be successful in his activity, supervisor should keep an equal distance between the two parties and balance their conflicting attitudes and goals. Supervision is prone to criticism. One of the notable problems of supervision is that it is prone to criticism. Frequently, the supervisor gets advice, suggestions, instructions, and observations from several special staff units. At every stage of his functioning, he has to reflect on the likely implications of his activities, on the thinking of such specialized staff units. Here, it is a problem for him to distinguish whether such specialists are suggesting, helping, or interfering, and whether they are making their own observations or criticizing his working. Educational level of the supervisor. In most of the cases, the educational level of the supervisor is modest. He lacks the required intellectual sharpness to understand the dynamics of management and supervision. He also lacks enough authority and status. This renders him relatively unequal to the task attached to his position. Another important problem of supervision is that it may not always be easy for the supervisor to make his group members understand the expectations and requirements of the organization. This is because his work group mostly include illiterate rank and file workers. Administration includes a variety of tasks, and overseeing them is quite a handful of duties. The tasks are of course very important and are to handle daily. But just like every coin has two sides, along with the benefits accompanies the disadvantage of administration. Pile task. It is quite a job to manage. Administration requires various task completion daily without fail. It requires various administration skills to perform each task and look into details and any required corrections. Multitasking is an urgent requisition, and on an everyday schedule, a break, no matter how mandatory it is impossible due to various important tasks residing on the shoulders. Patience beyond limits. This job requires patience to a large extent. It teaches you being flexible and tolerating all the glitches in tasks. But at the same time, coordinating and managing people can be very exhausting. Regularly, it could be a lot of stress-filled tasks to conduct. Work versus pay. Multitasking or not, the pay is always minimum when you compare several tasks to be taken care of daily. Due to a lot of competition for the position of an office administration, there are more options available to choose from, and thus, minimum pay is what you have in hand. Further, the workload is never any lesser. Motivational burden. As an administrator, it is the sole duty of the person to motivate the entire staff in different departments to get all the work done on time. A positive approach at all times is easier said than done. To continuously maintain proper work and tackle all kinds of obstacles can take a toll to anyone. If only one is confident and can organize the entire work, along with the personal life, then it is only an advisable job. It requires dedication and priority towards work. Steps and processes. Steps and processes can be a great hassle, and maintaining the process and system is another big hassle to deal with. At times, this brings a lot of stress and burden along with it. Again, this task brings a single-handed description, and with that being said, it is another complex thing to take care of. Processes are made to simplify the task for people, but to maintain the system is the work of the administration. Boon and bane, pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages are deeply in love companions. They always appear together in all aspects of life, regardless of the subject matter it belongs to. Similarly, the official administrative department has varieties of advantages and disadvantages. Working independently. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Working autonomously is a blessing to all. But as it is said, boon and bane come along together. Similarly, working independently brings certain responsibilities as well as restrictions. As a manager, one needs to look into all kinds of works, and that certainty comes with restrictions. Single-handed working can be a delicious task unless balanced well. This job can certainly lessen the required personal time.